what is Trump hiding? I mean, he says he can fix our nation's healthcare problems, but he won't show anyone his plan. He says that he's a genius, but he won't show anyone his grades. He says he's a billionaire, but he won't show anyone his taxes. He says he's exonerated, but he doesn't want to show us the Mueller report. He also says he has morals, but y'all know where I'm going with that. But remember, while we hang on Trump's every tweet, Republicans are busy at work. They're strategizing, they're plotting, and they're rigging the system to consolidate power and to lock the people out. They are jeopardizing our civil and human rights. As we speak, Trump and his allies are trying to take over the federal government from the judiciary to the Congress. They think all three branches should be in the pockets of the wealthy and the powerful. Are they right? No! They think our elections should be sold to special interests in Russia. Are they right? No! They think they are above the law. Are they right? No! They are wrong. And we need to send a clear message to them. Release the report. Release the report. Now, Donald Trump's favorite newspaper, the Washington Post, the Crooked Post, is that what they are? They have a tagline that says, "Democracy dies in darkness." But our democracy is dying in broad daylight. At press conferences, at cabinet meetings, at committee hearings, here beside us at 1600 Avenue, and the Attorney General covering for a president, that's democracy dying, my friends. And it's happening right in front of us. And we can't let it happen, not on our watch. I'm a former American diplomat. I served in Saudi Arabia and Australia and other places as a foreign service officer. I traveled to foreign countries describing the virtues of American democracy. We talked about free and fair elections, about the rule of law, about a peaceful transition of power, how no one is above the law. But I resigned from the diplomatic service in part out of shame of the discredit that Donald Trump has brought to the presidency, to the government, to our nation, and to the American people. But Donald Trump will not have the last word. We can restore honor to our government, we can restore honor to our people, and we can restore honor to that house over there. And it starts with making sure no one is above the rule of law and demanding that they release the report. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Alan. So we are on to our last movement speaker. This is a rally that was on time. It's amazing. So I am thrilled to turn it over to a man of faith. And I have faith. This rally gives me faith that if we keep the pressure on, we will see the full report. So I'm turning it over right now to Patrick Carolyn, Executive Director of the Franciscan At Work Network, to take us home.
Good evening. My name is Patrick Carroll, and I'm the Executive Director of the Franciscan Action Network. And I'm here today as a person of faith. And I want to tell you that all faiths, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Hindu, and every other faith, want the report released. As a person of faith, I'm driven by a moral compass, by ethical values, and a sense of the interconnectedness of all creation. The 13th century Franciscan theologian and leader St. Bonaventure told us that how we choose and what we choose makes a difference. First in what we become by our choice, and then, more importantly, what the world becomes by our choice. So, what are our values? Where is our moral and ethical compass? When our leaders refuse to be transparent, when they refuse to release a report that every single American has a right to see. We live in a democracy, not a dictatorship. What will our great nation become when our leaders make the choice to cover up and hide potential wrongdoing? It's not a political issue, it's a moral obligation for Attorney General Barr to release the report immediately. Transparency is not just a politically correct thing to do, it's a moral morally, spiritually, and ethically right thing to do. It says in the Gospel of Luke, there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. Live as free people, but do not use your freedom to cover up for evil. The American people deserve answers. They deserve the truth, not a 4-page summary written for political reasons. It was not many years ago that some of our leaders in Congress were standing shouting from the mountaintops, demanding that all of the documents and information surrounding Hillary Clinton's emails be released to the public. These leaders, the vast majority of them, claim to be Christians. But now, when it comes to the Mueller report, their silence is deafening. The Bible in the letter of Timothy says, such teachings come through hypocritical liars, whose consciousness has been seared as with a hot iron. In the Gospel of Mark it says, Isaiah was right when he prophesied about your hypocrites, these people who honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Pope Francis has called for a bold cultural revolution. Well, it's time in America that we the people, we rise up and reclaim our moral values. And we should start with the value of truth. It's time for our leaders who claim to be Christian to stop pretending to be Christian and start actually following the teachings of love, justice, and peace. Thank you. Peace and love.